when your car breaks down, where do you take it? You take it to the maker. You let them work on your car. So God is your maker, and he made you, your body, your mind, your soul. So why not go to him for help? And why not go to him to fix the things that you are going through? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I am so glad that you are here. So happy Sunday. I hope you guys are having a good weekend, a good day, a good morning, night, afternoon, whenever you are watching this. I hope that you are doing good. So today I am back with another Soulful Sunday, and today's Soulful Sunday will be about comparison. So we are in a new year, you know, praise God, thank God that we made it through 2020 because it was so rough. The purpose of Soulful Sundays is to give you a weekly encouragement, just something to carry you throughout the week. If you watched my vision board video, one of my goals of this year was to just grow spiritually, and I also was talking to my therapist about this. She told me that doing something like this will hold me accountable, and it will also help anybody else that has the same spiritual goal as I do. And my spiritual goal of this year is just to get closer to God and make sure that I'm praying daily, reading my word daily, and just making sure that I'm incorporating sermons into my just weekly schedule, and just getting better. The reason why I chose comparison for the topic of this video is simply because if we're not close to God, like as Christians, if we're not close to God, then we have no idea the plans that God has for us. And if we don't know the plans that he has for us, then that becomes an easy way for you to get lost, fearful of the future, just anxious about the future, or just pretty much scared about, okay, like, what is my next move? Like, God, what do I do next? And there's no way that you can figure that out if you don't stay connected to the source. So that's just a little intro. And of course, with all of my Soulful Sundays, I make sure that I incorporate verses, because I can talk and encourage y'all all day long, but if I don't back it up with verses, then it's kind of pointless. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you stay to the end of this video. Give this video a huge thumbs up just to let me know that you guys are enjoying Soulful Sundays. I solely do this for you guys, like to make sure that I'm not in this spiritual journey alone, and to make sure that people know that they're not going through this spiritual journey alone. So make sure that you comment down below your thoughts and how you feel, or your experiences, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notification bells so that you know each and every time I post a Soulful Sunday. So I'm not gonna ramble any longer. Let's just get into the video. So I have been feeling strongly about this topic for a long time. I graduated in 2018 from the University of Memphis with my bachelor's in psychology, and I will give you guys a whole video on post-grad depression and like my journey and like what to expect after graduation. Like, I will give you guys all of that content in the near future. But just to give you guys a little background, this is going on the third year of me having my degree, and like still trying to find my way. Like, I'm still trying to figure out my career path, because I had a path once I graduated high school. Once I graduated college, I had plans to go to the military, and then once I got into the military, I was going to pretty much use the benefits that they give you in the military to pay for my master's, and then I was going to eventually try to get a job in the military dealing with psychology. To give you guys the short version, it didn't end up going that way. Pretty much my plans just got flipped upside down. I think my vision is getting clearer on how I want this year to go for me, but it still can be a little discouraging, especially at this age. I'm going to be 25 this year, and I still live with my dad, and sometimes it can feel a little embarrassing just not having my career, not being engaged, and the vision that I had planned for my life at 24, 25 was way different than my reality. And I also want to talk about don't be ashamed of your reality if you know that you're constantly striving for better. And I think the first thing to start with is that God will wreck your plans. Like you may think that you have it all figured out, but sometimes God looks down on us. I'm sure God looks down on us and be like, she may think that she is going to do that, or he may think that they're going to do that, but I have a totally different plan. So that's why I think prayer and reading your word and also getting amongst some people that are like-minded spiritually and mentally will definitely help you out, because I think that I was hanging around a bunch of people that didn't really care about their future, didn't really care about connecting with God spiritually, because to me it's important to connect with God spiritually because God is my maker. Like God formed me in my mother's womb. Like God knew me before I even knew myself. So why not go to God and figure out, okay, God, like, what is my plan? I already know what my purpose is, and my purpose is to, be in psychology, and God is making it clearer to me that YouTube is something that I'm supposed to be doing. I've been praying a couple of years now, like, God, I really want to be creative, but I just don't know how. So God finally answered my prayer. Like, I've been taking my craft serious a lot more now. So, but in terms of like my career, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, if you haven't watched my vision board video, make sure that you go watch that, and you guys will see how I'm mapping out my 2021. But I think it's important that we understand that life is not always gonna go the way that you think it's gonna go. And to relate that to comparison, I think social media is a huge part of depression. And speaking from personal experiences, there are people that I know that are where I want to be in life, and I'll get depressed about it. Like, this person is traveling, this person is like on my Facebook feed, oh my God, everybody is engaged, pregnant, buying a new house, getting married, like all of that stuff that I want for myself. Like, people are starting businesses, and a girl that I used to go to high school with, she's becoming like Instagram famous and TikTok famous, and I'm like, I'm doing photography and I'm doing YouTube, and it's like, when is my stuff gonna blow up? Like, when am I gonna get my time in life where I'm gonna, finally feel successful? It's important that we don't do that, because everybody's journey is different. Everybody's purpose is the same. As Christians, we believe that we were all, pretty much made to serve God. Like, that's our purpose. But everybody has a different, like a different road in life, and we're also supposed to serve each other. So I think figuring out what your purpose is easier. But figuring out what your path is, like how to fulfill that purpose, is even harder, because once again, everybody's life and everybody's journey is different. So you can't expect your life to map out like how somebody else's life is mapping out. And you can't. Another thing that I'm learning about social media, like, social media is not, it's just a facade. Like, you only see what people choose to let you see. You'll also get caught up in comparing yourself to people that you probably have no business comparing yourself to. Like, there's this girl that I used to go to school with, and she has a lavish life, but how do I put this? She has a lavish life, but the things that she does to maintain that lavish lifestyle is nowhere near what I would want for my life. Not judging her, but it's kind of, if you think about it in that way, it's kind of stupid to compare yourself to somebody when you're not willing to do the things that it takes to get that type of lifestyle. Taking the honest road to get to certain places maybe harder in the longer way than like the scamming way. Like, there are a bunch of Instagram scammers, there are a bunch of, you know, online scammers that kind of cheat their way to success, and that success in the long run it's not long lasting, because people cheat their way to success. So you have to watch who you compare yourself to. I actually saw this quote this morning where a guy was pretty much saying, like, God is not going to deliver somebody else's package to your address. Just because, you know, somebody blew up and got their success at 22 does not mean that you're going to get it at 22 as well. Your life, like, I look up to Taraji P. Henson because she considerably, she started her career at like 26, and as you can see, she blew up, and you know, she's super successful now. So just because you see other people starting early, and you see people you know, getting cars and buying houses and getting married and having kids, does not mean that your time is up. Like, I think for some strange reason we all tend to think that, you know, 25 and up is getting old. Like, even me, I was telling my therapist the other week, sometimes I feel like I'm running out of time, and I'm only 24. And when I talk to older people, they're like, girl, you're still a baby. Like, you're literally still a baby. And I try to remind myself of that. It's just, don't rush it, because when you rush, you never learn patience, and patience is a huge thing that God tries to teach us. And it's important to have patience and to wait for things, because when you wait and you work hard for things, it's so much more worth it in the end. You know, comparison really is the thief of joy. You can feel like, okay, I'm doing good, and then you can look at somebody else and see that they are where you want to be in life, and you just feel less than, or you just feel, you know, you feel kind of just I guess like cheated. Like, why do they get to have all these things and I'm working just as hard, if not more, if not harder than them? So God, like, why is my life not where I feel like it should be? And also, I think that you should take the time to prepare yourself for blessings. Like, God may feel like, okay, you're not as ready for this blessing as you think that you are. You're not as ready for this job that you think that you are. You're not as ready for this relationship as you think you are. You're not ready to move out of where you live as much as you think you are. It's hard for God to bless somebody if they're not even appreciating where they are right now. Like, why would God bless you and you don't even appreciate the things that you already have? Like, you're not tending to the things that you already have. I think that's huge. Like, we're always so ready to level up. We're always so ready to secure the bag. We're always so ready to get to these places in our lives, and we pretty much are forgetting about the fact that we are where we are because we prayed to get here. So you're already ready for the next blessing, and you're not even appreciating the blessing that you're sitting on top of now. So I am learning to appreciate, okay, yes, I may live with my dad, but it's still a blessing. And you can't worry about what other people think, because I on social media, on Twitter, I think people were having an argument. At what age should you move out of your parents' house? And when should you start, like, you know, just letting the opinions of others get in my head. And it's not like, you know, I'm sitting at home on my behind, not working towards my future. But, you know, people's opinions that aren't even of God, when you let that get into your head, you really can mess yourself up. Like, if you're gonna listen to the opinions of people, make sure that it's Bible based, not, you know, street knowledge, or don't let foolishness get into your head about, you know, you and your future plans and what you're doing. So that's a whole nother topic. Once you seek God's heart and his mind and his knowledge and his wisdom and all of that, God will give you the desires of your heart. God will give you the things that he knows that you need, and he'll give you your desires as well, as long as your desires match up with God's desires. So you know, don't be anxious for the future. Just pray. Like, make sure that you're praying and you're reading about God and you're learning about God, so that you won't get so anxious and you won't feel so defeated and you won't feel so depressed. Like, because it is depressing. Like, it can be depressing when you feel like you're not getting anywhere in life. It can be depressing when you feel like life is just not going the way that you planned it to. But just know that God, like, all things work for your good. You know, God is going to work it out. I have a couple of verses that I'm going to read to you guys. So for the next verse, it is Galatians 1:10, and it's also in the children's version. Do you think I'm trying to make people accept me? No, God is the one I'm trying to please. Am I trying to please men? If I wanted to please men, I would not be a servant of Christ. Okay, this is my favorite one. It is Galatians 6:4-6. So it says, he should not compare himself with others. Each person should judge his own actions. Then he can be proud for what he himself has done. Each person must be responsible for himself. Anyone who is learning the teaching of God should share all good things he has with his teacher. So that's why it's important that we read our Bible, so that we can get into the mind of God, because even the Bible says that he cares about every little detail about us personally. So we may think that, okay, God isn't really thinking about, okay, I'm comparing myself to this person that I saw on Instagram, or I'm comparing myself to this person that I saw on Facebook. But he does. Like, the Bible, as I read the Bible more, and as I get into the Bible more, you know, I'm starting to realize that there's literally every little thing in the Bible that you need. That's why it's so important that we read it, because every area of your life, like anything, it's right there. Like, literally the source of our lives is God, because he knows every little thing that you need. Don't sleep on the word, okay? So for my last verse, it is Psalms 139:13-15. Y'all, Psalms is absolutely my favorite book in the Bible, because it's pretty much like songs to God. I just love it. So it reads, you made my whole being. You formed me in my mother's body. I praise you because you made me in an amazing and wonderful way. What you have done is wonderful, and I know this very well. You saw my bones being formed as I took shape in my mother's body. When I was put together, you saw my body as it was formed. All the days planned for me were written in your book before I was 1 day old. So although that verse was not about comparison, it's important that we know that God knows us, like, better than we know ourselves. God knew us before we even knew who our being even was. God knew us before our parents made us. So it's important to trust him. Like, when your car breaks down, where do you take it? You take it to the maker. You let them work on your car. So God is your maker, and he made you, your body, your mind, your soul. So why not go to him for help? And why not go to him to fix the things that you are going through? So it's important to know that your journey is unique to you. Work hard, pray even harder, and making sure that you're including God in your plans. Like I told myself this year, I am not making another life-changing decision unless God is involved. And if he doesn't say yes right then and there, I'm gonna wait. And if he says no, Lord, let me hear that no loud and clear. So yes, please remember those things. Meditate over these things for the rest of your life, but make sure that you are staying true to these things in 2021. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm just here to encourage. Like, I'm here to let you guys know that everything's gonna be all right. It may be hard right now, but as long as you keep striving, and as long as you have breath in your body, you gotta keep on keeping on. Take some time to yourself, but also you gotta take time to plan, to pray, and to move. Like, you have to, or life is gonna pass you by, and things are only gonna get harder as you get older. So it's an amazing thing. It's a beautiful thing to learn patience, and perseverance, and all of that good stuff. God, everything is working for your good, and God is training you up for the great things to come. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you comment down below your thoughts. If you have anything to add on to this, if you have any verses to add on to this, Also, I am always taking prayer requests. Like, if anybody ever needs me to like pray for them, include them in my little prayer time, I literally never mind. Like, I don't mind at all. And also, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to share it to anybody that you feel may need it, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification bell, because all year I am doing this weekly encouragement, and that's the purpose of my channel, is to make you guys feel good and to, you know, take a little bit of stress away from you, and, you know, entertaining you in any way that I can. So turn on those post notifications so that you are notified each and every time that I post. Like my fave Ayanna Van Zant says, go in peace and not in pieces. Bye.